There are plenty of obvious reasons why you may not be achieving your goals, and tons of videos to support those. These include not training hard enough, not using progressive overload, not eating right, not resting enough, etc., etc. You get the point. But today I wanted to talk about three sneaky reasons why you may not be achieving your goals. Now, this is going to require some introspection on your part. So I want you to take a few minutes in a quiet space and really think about it. If you've plateaued and you've kind of checked off all of the obvious reasons, well, there's still something there, right? So this is me speaking from experience, having a little bit of time to really reflect on things. And these are three of the reasons why in the past I have not achieved my goals. And at the end, I want to give you some tips on how to overcome these three reasons. All right, let's get into it. Number one, you feel like you are not worthy or that you don't deserve to achieve said goal. Now just think about that, because a lot of us, especially as women, feel like we're imposters. We do not deserve, we are not worthy of giving ourselves what we in reality really could have and should have. And this can be, it's a sneaky reason, but some of the things behind it are sneaky. These are things like self-sabotage, maybe overeating or not eating enough, or intermittent fasting, for example, where you're just basically starving yourself. This just goes back to eating in a disordered way, and the underlying cause can be you just don't feel like you're worthy. Now, having diverging goals, this can be another thing where, for example, you're training for a marathon and you want to gain muscle. Are the two possible at the same time? It's going to be really tough. And that goes back to eating to support it, making sure you're recovering well. So you have essentially tried to ride two horses with one butt, and they're going this way. So make sure that you are not doing this unconsciously, and this can be tough, and journaling can be really helpful, but sitting in a quiet spot and really reflecting on exactly what you want and if you feel like you deserve it. Spoiler alert, you do. You deserve it. You are worthy of it, and whatever you can dream, you can achieve. Now, this leads me to number two. Whatever you can dream, you can achieve, and you are not duplicating what you have up here, or what you have up here is cloudy, so you're not able to manifest it. And not to use cheesy terms, but you think about everything on earth was created twice. So this marker here, someone thought this up in their head and then they brought it to life. When it comes to your physique, having a vision board or looking at someone and saying, oh, I want those shoulders or I want those abs, it's a good start. But you have to be able to imagine it, to see it so clearly on your own physique, to see your own body, to look at your own structure, your own genetics, and know where you're going with it. And not just, me, for example, looking at a top women's wellness competitor and being like, oh, I want to look like her. Well, she's 5'2" and Brazilian. I'm 5'8", not Brazilian, don't have those genetics. So it's important to, number one, be realistic, but also have that 3D image in real life of what your physique will look like, what you want in your dreams. And if you're able to see it so clearly, close your eyes and see yourself jogging in the sun or working out, and see how those muscles work. See the fullness in your shoulders, the sweep in your quads, and see it on you. And that's the most important thing. And if you can do that, you can bring that to reality. But having that vision board again is a good start, but your vision board is here and you might be here, and you got to have that bridge, right? You have to have that way to make yourself into your vision board, if that makes sense. So that's something to think about. Going into the gym and haphazardly throwing those weights around, it's good. Lifting, I'll never say don't lift, but having that image in your mind of where you want to go with it and seeing it so clearly that every time when you go into the gym, you are training knowing that that image is going to be you, and that's how you're going to walk around 365 days a year. So that's something else to think about. All right, lastly, number 3, I call this the swamp of shoulds. And the reason is we get stuck in other people's expectations. We see stuff on social media, or perhaps you are an influencer yourself and you've got a following, and people expect you to train for a figure. And even though you've decided maybe you want to do something different, you continue to pigeonhole yourself because you have these expectations in your mind of what you should be doing. And there's almost this duplicity here where you've got this face of, okay, I'm going to the gym and I'm really just gonna try to build up my legs, for example. And maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you want to build your upper body, you want something, but you saw a video or your significant other was like, oh, I really, really love ladies with big muscular legs, for example. I don't know, I'm just pulling out examples, but if you have expectations that are placed on you, or even you've placed on yourself from social media or friends or family, and they expect you to be a certain way, you are just bogged down in what I call this swamp of shoulds. And it is not doing it for you. And when you have something that you're trying to achieve, it's not in your heart to do, you're just not going to do it. You're going to give 50%, if that. You're going to be derailed easily, and the motivation isn't going to be there. Another really good one is, I should lose weight. Well, that goal is so murky, it's so subjective. It's okay, what does that mean? Does that mean you're going to lose 10 pounds of fat mass and perhaps gain a couple pounds of lean mass? Are you looking to get fitter to do something? You have to have a goal that's yours, that sets your soul on fire and makes you want to achieve it and makes you want to do it. It's what will get you up out of bed. And understand that we don't have that motivation every single day. And that's why when you have the fire within for what you really want to achieve in your heart, that passion shows, and that builds into a habit, it builds into a lifestyle, and it builds into something so solid. That will becomes so solid and unstoppable. The human will is the strongest force in the universe. And once you understand that, once you align where you're going with where you want to go, you will be unstoppable. And these other things like, okay, not eating enough to support your goals, that probably goes back to self-sabotage. That goes back to digging down, getting to the heart of things and understanding what makes you tick. And the video is just going to be kind of this aha moment, perhaps, I'm hoping. Let me know in the comments below. But it's going to require you to step away from your phone or step away from your computer and take some time for yourself to figure out what you truly want, where you want to go, and how you're going to get there. And understand that how you're going to get there, that might be a 1-year goal, it might be 2 years, it might be 5 years. But listen, the time's going to pass anyway. And if you're afraid of being a beginner, don't be afraid of being a beginner, because the master at anything was once a beginner. So, that's how you climb a mountain. That's how you get to the top. It's one step at a time. And hopefully that helps. Let me know in the comments below. We're going to resume some training videos next week, which I'm really excited about, and getting back into somewhat of a routine. But I do want to continue these videos, and let me know if they're helpful to you, because I think that the aspect of getting into really beautiful physical shape and maintaining it must start from the mind. It has to start from having a place where you have a friend in yourself, if that makes sense, and you know, everything is aligned, and you're going in the same direction. You know, your expectations, your thoughts, your passion, your drive, your dreams, your just your solid objective goals. So, okay, if you've made it this far, I love you. Stay tuned for a training video next week. And until next time, train smart, train hard, and go get your pen and paper and write down some of those thoughts and feelings that you might be having. All right. I love you. Bye.